As we continue in our celebration and observance of Lent, we are preparing our hearts for the true joy of Easter. And we're just a few weeks away now from the Easter celebration. And I want to encourage you to be thinking about who is it in your life, in your relationships, or your circle of influence that you need to be praying about right now that would accept an invitation to come with you to an Easter service. This is one of those times of year when many people are just more inclined to think spiritual thoughts or to wrestle with spiritual questions and might be willing to even join you for an Easter service to celebrate what this season is all about. So who can you pray for right now that would accept the invitation to join you on Easter Sunday? We step back into Psalm 51 today as we think about this Lent season and preparing our hearts for the celebration of Easter. I pick up in Psalm 51, beginning in verse 11. David writes, "Cast me not away from your presence, and take not your Holy Spirit from me. Restore to me the joy of your salvation, and uphold me with a willing spirit." Verse 13 says, "Then I will teach transgressors your ways, and sinners will return to you. Deliver me from the blood guiltiness, O God of my salvation, and my tongue will sing aloud of your righteousness." I love the transition here that David makes in the middle of this psalm. He's been very honest about his sin. He's been very open about his struggle with sin that has laid him before the Lord, reminding him of his need for salvation and reminding him for his need to be cleansed that only God can do and only God can provide. And as he reflects on what God alone can do, in creating a clean heart and restoring him with a right spirit and upholding him with a willing spirit, David says, as I reflect on the gift that God alone could provide for me, I want to share it with others. As I think about what the Lord has done in my heart and my life, I want to share it with others. I want to be the one that turns to others and says, "You're not going to believe what God has done in my life. I want to teach you what God has taught me. I want to reveal to you what God has revealed to me. I am a new creation, forgiven because of what Christ has provided, and I want to share the good news of what He has done." Think about those people in your life that need to hear your story. See, the reality is your story for God's glory. Your story is a gift that God has given you of His grace, His mercy, His forgiveness, His life-changing power. Your story is a story that others need to hear. People may be able to argue with your doctrine or your theology. They may argue with your specific beliefs, but one thing people can never argue is your personal story and what God has done in your life through Jesus Christ. So as you pray about those that you might invite to join you for Easter, begin to pray that God would give you an open door to share your story for His glory. For He has done great things, and He has provided for you the gift of Jesus Christ.